and also noting that it has been rated poorly as far as the credibility is concerned in the country and the confidence right now, the new IEBC. So there are claims as well that is emanating from the opposition side that we have the vice chair of IEBC, Fahima Abdallah, who is involved in rigging claims in Magarini. This is coming from the DCP leader. Let's begin with you, Wakili.
Yes, of course.
So is there any merit in these accusations?
There is a substantial merit. We have had people being blocked. We've had violence and all those instances.
So there's a scrap of proof to actually, showcase that there was violence on the ground. I'm given to understand videos.
Yes. The violence has been obvious. In Narok, the police in Mbere, we've seen police officers stopping Rigathi Gachagua and other leaders of the opposition. In Bungoma, there was a serious violence even in Malava that was being subjected to opposition candidates. This is, and leaders. This is not something, it is happening, there are videos. This is happening where everybody is seeing. At least on the question that it's been there is no doubt that it's been there. We have videos. It's just like the videos we had before people are charged with anti-terrorism cases, where people were raiding police station and government offices. Nothing was happening. Then the police go out there to collect innocent people from villages and charge them, but people in the video are not being prosecuted. So this is nothing new. These are things that have been happening. And it is in reactions to that now people are saying, how can you assure people that you are a credible commission where you are completely toothless when it comes to electoral violence that is going on, being played out on video? There were gunshots against Governor Natembeya. So this is not anybody's imagination. So the problem, again, that we can be able to see, we had NADCO. NADCO had said how commissioners were supposed to be elected credibly with some kind of consensus amongst the opposition. That was not upheld. From the word go, and I believe Rigathi Gachagua was doing a letter just the other day and saying, you started on the wrong footing, you are the wrong persons for the job, you have a repeat of Kivuitu 2. The danger of Kivuitu 2 coming in 2027 is real. It's not imaginary. And therefore, Kenyans should actually be surprised that if they bungle the by-elections that are happening tomorrow, it would be a very bad sign. You see these things that you've seen happening in Tanzania, where the Electoral Commission is an extension of the office of the president. We saw where it landed Kenya in 2007, 2008. And we are repeating this without people caring a hoot about it. But since we have time, if they failed really to discharge their mandate, I believe that, unfortunately, instead of preparing for the election, you might have the campaign now of people saying, let's remove this bunch of people from those offices.
Right, Meshack, from your own estimation, do you think also IEBC has been quick off the mark to try and trust, in light of what is truly happening, just calm and assure the public that we're in control, despite the fact that you can see some skirmishes happening here and there, or they've been mealy-mouthed about, these cases that have been presented to them. So have they given a good reaction from your own assessment?
I think how they are going to handle the case is very important, even more than the reporting of the case, because it is one thing for me to report the case, but the merit of the case and how the authority which is charged with that responsibility handles that case is more important, because that is what builds the trust of Kenyans in that institution.
Given that this is actually their first assignment.
Yeah, or breaks the trust of Kenyan on that institution. Coming to things like violence, I think sometimes we are also getting a little mixed up, because, for example, in my backyard in Luo Nation, Kasipul, there was violence around this by-election. I think police, DCI, and everybody else need to also do their job, because how do we expect IEBC? Because IEBC is not running with a candidate in their campaign. So you have your car and your entourage, I have mine, and we are in different parts of the constituency campaigning, violence erupts somewhere because maybe your team versus my team meets somewhere. Actually, it is the police who should know that we are here to maintain law and order. There is an election coming. A lot of campaigns are happening. So how do we ensure law and order within this vicinity as the politicians and their supporters campaign? That, to me, cannot be given to IEBC as their failure, because theirs is to prepare and handle that election. The code of conducts are there, and they had made these candidates sign the code of conduct about this election, how you will go about. So if any of them has a problem, we first need to know while you are going about your campaign, because I believe anywhere you are having your campaign, there has to be police around there, there has to be other security organs. What are they saying? Why were there such violence? Because even after that violence, the police around that, the police in charge of that region should actually come out and tell the courts or whoever that these are our investigations. Mm-hmm. This is what exactly happened. So we find this candidate or that candidate on the wrong. And then IEBC picks it there. You signed the code of conduct. You have been found on the wrong. Either you are disqualified from this election, or these are the charges about this election. So we can't really primarily give it to IEBC when violence erupts in campaigns and things like that. But even the issues of voter bribery and things like that, is it not the same politician who we have just seen in the clip there saying, wakileta pesa nyinyi kuleni? In the court of law, wakili will tell you, both the briber and the one taking the bribe are all supposed to be guilty. But what are we hearing politicians saying even in that clip? Wakileta pesa kuleni. And it has been normal chorus everywhere. And we have heard, including the former deputy president, saying, in my region, I have instructed them to ask for more bribery, for more money. In other regions, they are cheap. In my region, we are expensive. They should give you 10,000, they should give you this much. Is that not just propagating the same thing that you're now again taking to be, before the IEBC and other authorities, that people are being bribed here and there?
Yeah,
when you have
yes,
already told them, take the money.
Which continues today.